Without solid bookkeeping principles, profit margins can be distorted, decisions become guesswork, and tax time turns into a headache. Wineries are one of those businesses where you need accrual accounts to be able to make good business decisions around pricing, but you also really need to understand your cash flow to be able to make good decisions about when to make payments and when to put pressure to receive money in. There are a few key elements that every winery owner should know about bookkeeping. Welcome to Protea Academy. Today, bookkeeping basics for winery owners. Owning a winery is a labor of love. The craftsmanship behind every vintage is unmatched. But success isn't only measured in tasting room cheers and awards. It starts with one thing too many wineries overlook: your books. It's great to invest a ton of money into a winery, but as all businesses, you do want to at least be successful. Great, you can win awards, but if you're not making profit and you don't have positive cash flow, the stress of owning a winery can be overwhelming, and it can put a big dent into your level of the product that you're creating. Winery accounting is uniquely complex. Unlike a retail shop or a service business, your inventory isn't a widget on a shelf. It sits in a tank and barrels for years before it becomes revenue. Time and cash are invested early, and you only see the rewards of them many years down the line. Without solid bookkeeping principles, profit margins can be distorted, decisions become guesswork, and tax time turns into a headache. Wineries are one of those businesses where you need accrual accounts to be able to make good business decisions around pricing, but you also really need to understand your cash flow to be able to make good decisions about when to make payments and when to put pressure to receive money in. There are a few key elements that every winery owner should know about bookkeeping. I'm going to go through a list and break down the importance of each one for you. Number one on every list for wineries is accurate inventory tracking. In wineries, inventory is a living asset. You must capture all production costs, grapes, labor, barrels, and overheads, and capitalize these costs so your expenses match the revenue when it is sold. The only true way to figure out how much your wine is to do accrual accounting and accurately allocate costs to specific SKUs. This insight will give you the best opportunity to make good decisions whether you're pricing the product right and if it is profitable. Number two is segmenting revenue streams. This is a business where it's not just important to know how much revenue you're making, but understand how much revenue you're making through different channels. A winery operates like three businesses in one. You've got the manufacturing, you have the distribution, and you have the retail. And the retail can even be more complex as you focus on e-commerce, winery clubs, and the wine that's sold in your tasting room. To understand the profitability of your business correctly, your books must reflect these channels separately. You want to be able to see the revenue, extract the costs, and figure out the margins and compare those to industry norms. This will give you the best information to make good business decisions about the channels you're selling your wine into. Number three, compliance and tax management. Wineries face a lot of compliance headaches. Wine is an alcohol beverage which is highly regulated and comes with a lot of additional rules and regulations. Wineries face federal and excise taxes, multi-state shipping rules, and compliance reporting. It is important to have accurate records so that you can report accurately to all these other entities to make sure that you keep your nose clean. There is nothing worse than being subject to a standard audit and your books aren't in order and you aren't able to provide justification for the numbers you submitted. This can lead to a lot of additional expenses from interest and penalties. Cash flow management and forecasting is number 4 on the list. Your cash conversion cycle is long, often years between expenses and revenue related to the inventory that you produced. Predicting cash needs is vital for capital investment and avoiding financial stress. The more you know about your cash flow, the better you can plan, which means you can communicate early with investors or bankers so that you can understand when you will need assistance with your cash flow and when will you be cash heavy and have the ability to invest in the business or pay down debt. Number 5, managing fixed assets. For many wineries, there is large values sitting in the non-current assets. This could be land, buildings, or the equipment required to manufacture the wine. From presses to bottle lines, correct asset tracking and depreciation, not bookkeeping exercise, there are tax strategies as well. Having an accurate fixed asset register allows you to understand what assets you have on board, but also gives you your tax provider a tool to be able to make good decisions in terms of what the best tax strategy be for your business and your personal needs. Not having accurate records around your fixed assets can be costly in more than one way, but could specifically affect your tax planning. It is also important to have an accurate fixed asset register if you ever want to exit the business, because this can form part of the purchase price. Professional help does matter. As the story goes, it is much cheaper and quicker to have your books done correctly the first time than bringing in a professional later down the line to fix the mess that you've created. You might be competent and capable to do your own accounting records, but is this really the best way to spend your time? Most people that I know do their own books use it as an afterthought, trying to get the books done at year end. This means they're missing out a valuable decision-making tool, which is accurate financial statements that give them an insight into how their business is doing. Effective bookkeeping is the foundation of a thriving winery. It helps you price your wine right, manage long production cycles, and sleep sounding knowing you're compliant and in control. If you're ready to take your financial management beyond the basics and start using numbers to drive growth, professional accounting firms like Protea Financial are here to help. Protea has prided itself in nearly 12 years of helping the wine industry and would be more than happy to have a conversation with you today to improve your accounting systems. Visit our website at proteafinancial.com or reach out to me, Zane Stevens, through my email, zstevens@proteafinancial.com, and we can have a conversation on how we'd be able to help your business. Thank you for watching. Subscribe for more insights tailored to winery owners and financial leaders in the wine industry. Protea believes in better accounting from everyone, and that starts with education.